What we're going to do this morning is a little bit of practical history. I'm going to demonstrate how easy it was for a spark to jump out of Thomas Farriner's oven onto the hay or straw below, whatever was there, to start the Great Fire of London. Of course, I do need to say you must never ever touch matches. That is not for you to do. But I am almost a responsible adult, and we're going to attempt that this morning. In 1666, they didn't have lighters, they didn't have the matches, they didn't have gas, so they couldn't light fires easily. So what they would carry around is a small box, and that small box was called a tinder box. And inside that tinder box, you had a small amount of what's called tinder, which is sort of very flammable material, thin material, small material that would quickly catch fire. Here's an example of a tinder box. You can see at the top of the screen in the middle, there's the steel, and underneath the little stone is the flint. You would strike the flint against the steel to create the spark. And that little wooden lid is called the damper. So if you want to put the fire out, you would just snuff it out by putting that on top. And at the bottom of the screen, you can see the tinder, the wood, and the dried pieces of what looks like hay to start the fire. And you'd have a strike as well, and the strike would make the spark. So the spark would hit the tinder would catch fire, and then you would move that small amount of tinder into your cooker or your range to start a bigger fire. Right, so what we've got here is my tinder, which are basically little bits of shaving of wood that I've made with a knife. And then I've got some lint that I've actually taken out of my tumble dryer. And this is why they always say make sure you clean your tumble dryer after every load, because lint is very flammable. So I'm going to use this as my tinder, and we're going to try and use my strike and see if we can get a fire started. But again, this is not for you to do. I'm doing it here because I'm a responsible adult of some kind, so I'm told. And let's have a go. And then I would have it on a piece of bark or something normally, and I would pick that up and move it into the fire, and it would get the rest of the fire started. Sometimes do a little blow on it. You see that wood burning? I'm supervising it all the time. Luckily, I've got a little cup of water to make sure it's extinguished, it's been put out. So you can see that was actually quite easy to do. So you can imagine a single spark might have been all it took from Thomas Farriner's oven to start that fire, the Great Fire of London. But I remind you once again, don't touch matches, don't go near fires. Leave that for the adults, and I hope you enjoyed the video.